Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to the final edition of the Bear Down Breakdown for the semester. ASU coming into the building this weekend. Always an incredible matchup at home, rivalry-wise, but especially this year, alumni weekend, Cactus Cup potentially on the line. What does this matchup mean to you as a coach and to this group?
Obviously, goal number one every year is to win the Cactus Cup, and we're behind in that series right now 2-1. So great test for our guys to respond, to see how we come out under some adversity with our backs to the wall here. Obviously, getting that first one's going to be important, so we'd like to start, which we haven't done very much lately, start on time, make sure we're ready to go as soon as the puck drops. But obviously, anytime they're in town, it's a bigger game than normal, and that's just the way it is.
In terms of responses, a big response last weekend. The result doesn't go your way on Saturday, but a night and day difference in terms of the way the team looked between Friday and Saturday. What did you think this group was able to switch around and do right in that Saturday matchup?
I think, the biggest difference Saturday to Friday was our compete level, number one, and number two, our back pressure. We were coming back through the house, providing pressure from behind, supporting with numbers underneath, coming through the middle. I think when we do that, we're going to create more transition and have more pucks on our sticks. So hopefully those are little things we can build on. We haven't really consistently built on the little intangibles of the game, which is probably why we've been a bit inconsistent. So hopefully that's something we can build on moving forward.
With a large number of alumni being in the building this weekend, what does it mean to you as the coach of this program, to see how many players want to still be involved later, the alumni that are still passionate about this team and this program?
Well, certainly, and I mean, just look on the bench, having Anthony Churro and Justin Plumoff on our bench that are willing to come back and volunteer their time to be a part of the program. Anthony Cusinelli, one of the great players in the history of our program, willing to take over the alumni stuff and help coordinate and get people involved. We've got, I think, 45 alumni in town this weekend. I think, it's really humbling for me, and it's a reminder to me of the responsibility we have to these people to uphold the standard of this program. And certainly it makes me want to work harder. And, my big dream is someday we win a national championship. And when that happens, all those people are going to have their fingerprints all over that trophy.
U of A versus ASU, always a big stage, no matter what the sport is in Tucson. Saturday night, Pink the Rink. This team being a part of the community, having that stage to be able to, show the way this team supports the fight against cancer. How integral is that to, the culture that you've built here? Not only, the alumni, but also the Tucson community getting involved.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of the great events I think that we do is the Pink the Rink game. It's about awareness. It's a reminder to everybody that everybody's going through something, particularly the way we do it and the way that we're wearing somebody else's loved one on the back of our jersey, whether they're currently fighting or previously fighting through the battle. I think everybody knows somebody who's been through a cancer battle, and unfortunately it's way too common. But to have the honor of wearing somebody else's name on your back, I think makes this an extra special event. And so not only are we raising money, creating awareness, but I feel like it does corral the community because we're representing the community in the best way we know how.
So a lot of community events, alumni Pink the Rink. Just before we wrap up here, just a little bit of the X's and O's against this ASU team. Splitting the series up at Mullet Arena the last time you faced this ASU group. What are some of the things that you're really going to look to get done offensively and defensively to get these 2 wins at home?
Well, again, just building out the intangibles, just little things like being an F2 drive to create better zone entries. Those are the little things we really like to get going. They got a couple of guys who you don't want to give time and space, so we want to make sure we're dialed in on that, taking away their time and space. They do a good job of packing in, staying patient, and transitioning on us. So we want to manage the puck. We want to get more pucks to the net in general. I think just way too many shot blocks from the top. We've got live boards. We'd like to use those more. There's other ways to get to the net than through a shin. And so for us, it's just a lot of little things. Obviously, it's been a very trying semester in terms of staying healthy. We're starting to get some bodies back. We feel like we've underachieved to this point in the season, and like there's way more. And although the fan base hasn't seen it yet, I know it's there. It's coming. And so we got to start stringing some wins together here if we want to make a push in the second semester. And to me, we're not waiting until January for that to happen. That's got to start now. And, one win at a time, one shift at a time. So hopefully we have a good start to the weekend.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to the Tucson Arena. Sebastian Janik joined by Garrett Kane high above the ice for the second night of the back-to-back against ASU. Last night, U of A really asserted their dominance against the Sun Devil group. What did you see out of the Wildcats that you really like, Garrett?
I saw a lot of puck possession from the Wildcats. They won a lot of face-offs. Obviously, puck possession in hockey is everything. And a lot of physicality from Jesse Lowell. Having Brody Selman back on his feet from his injury was really, really good to see.
Brody Selman getting his first goal of the season on the power play. The Wildcats can get him going. He will be an absolute weapon going into the second half of the semester. A couple players to highlight from last night. Jesse Lowell with 2 goals, Tristan Swiger with 2 goals, and Nicholas Chioka with perhaps his best game as a Wildcat in terms of setting up those opportunities. Wildcats need to get it done here tonight, though, so just in a couple minutes we will be back to bring you Puck Drop. Sebastian Janik with Garrett Kane. This is Wildcat Hockey.
Wildcat hockey. There's an atmosphere to this game. The icy chill that hovers in the air. The rumble of dedicated fans against the glass. The sound of metal carving its path. Someone once said hockey was figure skating in a war zone. They weren't exactly wrong. There's an athletic tradition at the University of Arizona, one that isn't deterred by cacti or blistering heat. A tradition of hard work, perseverance, and preparation. A tradition of camaraderie and of school spirit. It grants us hope when times are hard, and makes us strong so we can rise to our feet again. This tradition, it lives inside these players, and it lives inside their fans. So join us. We're ready to bear down. And something tells us you are too.
Taking the ice, your Arizona Wildcats.
So welcome in, Wildcat fans, to a raucous Tucson Arena as the Wildcats take the ice on a Saturday evening after absolutely laying a beat down on ASU on Friday. A well-deserved win for this Wildcats group that has had some trouble with a full 60-minute effort in the past this season. But Garrett, the Wildcats came out absolutely flying yesterday.
Yeah, the Wildcats looked like they wanted to play. They showed up for the game, almost scoring a goal in the first shift.
So intensity off the bat going to be the key, and let's get you the starting lineups here. As the Wildcats look to build on that effort from a Friday night win. Alumni in the building, pink the rink. This is why we play
now
hockey.
The starting lineup for your Arizona Wildcats. At left wing from Tigard, Oregon, number 24, Tristan Swiger. At right wing from Northbrook, Illinois, number 18, Jesse Lowell. At center from Enwa, New Jersey, number 20, Brody Selman. At left defense from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, number 4, Luke Busby. And at right defense from Wayne, New Jersey, number 7, Nicholas Chioka. And in goal from Finland, number 30, Nicholas Seppänen. And now, fans, we ask you to rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous skies o'er the ramparts we marched, were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets red the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
So before puck drop tonight, we will have the ceremonial puck drop, so we'll bring in the PA here
Ladies
as
and
they
gentlemen,
announce.
please direct your attention to the Zamboni entrance for tonight's ceremonial puck drop. Dr. Jennifer Seeger is an assistant professor at the University of Arizona Cancer Center and is currently a chief fellow at the UA Hematology and Medical Oncology Training Fellowship Program at the UA Division of Hematology and Oncology at the College of Medicine, Tucson. Her primary research interest is breast cancer and quality improvement projects. She appreciates the opportunity to drop the puck for tonight's game and says, bear down and beat cancer and go Wildcats!
So a great evening here tonight in terms of the community events that the Wildcats take so much pride in. Pink the rink, showing support for the fight against cancer, and these players wearing the names of loved ones who purchased jerseys. So such a great event in Tucson, a fantastic crowd here on a Saturday night, and they're looking for the same thing we are, which is a solid 60-minute effort from this group. Once again, the Wildcats were able to get all 4 lines rolling yesterday. The defense was active. Ryan Fisher and John Shively were the veteran presence on the back end that really suffocated the ASU offense. but ASU has been a dangerous team against the U of A all season long, and you know for a fact tonight, Garrett, ASU is going to come out flying trying to undo that result from yesterday.
Yeah, ASU is going to come out with all their hustle they can get here on this game.
I think the key word tonight is going to be desperation, and these are two desperate teams. Wildcats desperately looking to take a lead in the Cactus Cup Series. ASU looking to do the exact same thing, so a lot on the line here tonight. But especially after seeing Brody Selman get his first goal of the season yesterday, I think if that confidence gets back for him, Brody Selman could be a big difference maker throughout the rest of this season for the Wildcats. As they're going to put on the pressure right away. Jesse Lowell over the line to Swiger. Swiger tries to go back out front to Lowell. He was tied up. Chioka with a quick shot, and Ham has to make a stick save. So Ham, who faced over 50 shots last night and really gave ASU a fighting chance to stay in that game. Jesse Lowell, good job there. Puck recovery. Doesn't want to cause a turnover in his own zone.
Yeah, Jesse Lowell's ability to create time and space on the ice here, even though that was a bobbling puck.
So ASU, they'll look to wind it up over the blue line. Palmer now gets away from the check of Shetland and just dumps that one into the corner as ASU will try to get to it first, but Ryan Fisher, he does a good job there to find the outlet man. Myers, he'll settle it down. What a difference maker he was last night. Myers over the line, dropped it to Shetland. Beautiful move. Shetland tries to go back to Slack out in front, but just nothing going as ASU clogged up the middle of the zone. So the Wildcats here, they had a shot-first mentality all night last night. Hope to see that replicated. But ASU certainly has more to give than what we saw from them last night, and the Wildcats need to be up to the test with such a great crowd here at the Tucson Arena.
And the Wildcats are definitely keeping their legs fresh. We have already gone through 3 changes in 1.5 minutes here.
Yeah, Coach Berman, a big fan of rolling all 4 lines because he does have faith in all 4 of them to do the job, but turnover there along the boards. Butler now, he tries to feed middle. He can't connect with Newland. So ASU getting a little bit of zone time here as Hodgson and Erickson cause enough disruption to get the puck out of the zone. But just from the opening minute here, ASU having a much better night in the first 2 minutes than we saw yesterday.
Yeah, they look a lot more composed, taking angles that the Wildcats were getting away with yesterday.
So ASU was coming off of a 2-week break yesterday, so they might have been a little bit rusty, didn't quite have their legs under them. Certainly going to be a different story here tonight as one of these teams is leaving with a lead in the Cactus Cup, but now Dylan Walker works it down below. Back to Chioka, he feeds Busby. Busby looks to go down low for a tip, and Ham gets a pad on that one. But the defense active in the shot department, looking for tips out in front. A key to yesterday's win is Jesse Lowell. He got a shot tip going through the zone. And now a chance here for Kruk. That one's off the stick of Sepinen, but a rebound loose behind the net. And Busby fishes that one out. Ooh, but Busby takes a hard hit, and he's going to stay down behind the play.
And it looks like he didn't see that hit coming there. He released the puck off his stick and kind of stood up a little bit.
Concern here for Luke Busby is he is not moving down on the ice. He's had a little bit of concussion trouble this year, and to lose a defenseman this early in the game and such an important one, that's going to be a tough blow for the Wildcats as Busby just has not been able to get any luck injury-wise this season. Didn't see the hit happen, but
yeah, he took a pretty good spill. His helmet definitely hit the boards.
So Busby on his own volition was able to skate to the bench. We'll see if he goes to the room or at least gets checked out on the bench, but Busby, such an important component. He allows Nicholas Chioka to play the way he wants to. And also, if you have to shift up the defense pairs this early. So we'll see how that progresses. Not the start you wanted to see for the Wildcats. Just an unfortunate play there for Busby, but time to step up and be the guy to support your teammate when you see a guy go down. Hopefully that motivates the rest of this group. So now Josephson not able to get it over the line. ASU clogs everything up. What a good job by Josephson to fish that puck out and get it deep, and that'll go all the way for icing.
And Ryan Fisher last night also had amazing job of breaking the puck out of the defensive zone, and it looks like he's doing it again tonight.
Yeah, Ryan Fisher, especially in his initial seasons, was such a heads-up, pass-first type of defenseman. I think, playing on a defensive pair with Shively, they've become a little bit more of the shutdown guys for Chad Berman that he can rely on. So 16:54 left to go in the first. ASU able to win that face-off. Quick turnaround shot there, goes wide on the glove side of Sepinen. And now Josephson will find it in the corner, try to get it over to Ziegler, but ASU back to the point. Quick shot there. Doesn't make it through, but ASU getting some significant zone time in the first period here. So now Josephson can't connect with Ziegler, and it's another chance. That one caroms off the boards and back in on Sepinen. So some tired Wildcats here need a change, and it's going to be Robinson for ASU who gets there first, but good job by Shively to pull that away. Now Rossi, he gets it over the red line and in on Ham, and that'll allow the Wildcats to change out and get an offensive zone face-off.
That was a really smart play there by Josephson for him to push on the goalie to make sure he had that saved for a face-off in the ASU zone.
So the Wildcats will go with Hodgson and Overland on the back end with Selman, Swiger, and Lowell. And we'll see just how much ice time this line gets, as they were the best line for the Wildcats yesterday. 4 of the 6 goals coming from Jesse Lowell and Tristan Swiger. And luckily, Luke Busby still on the bench, so might see him back. Safety is always the first priority, of course. So the Wildcats going to try to hem ASU in here, establish a little bit of offensive zone time, but ASU with a good burst of speed. Kylie Ram down the near far boards, gets it center to Robinson. He feeds Tillman, but Sepinen comes out way out of his crease to cut down any angle on Tillman.
Yeah, Sepinen had a great angle on that entire play. He saw it the whole way. They kind of telegraphed the passes across.
Well, a great setup by ASU is probably their best 5-on-5 setup in 2 nights, and if ASU starts the game like that, could be a very different story here in terms of more of a back and forth matchup. So Robinson at the blue line, he looks to find the man going down low. Olsen tied up there by Slack. U of A can't get it out. Good back check there. Now Robinson, he'll circle behind the net. Goes back to the point. Olsen's able to hold it. Quick shot from Olsen looking for a tip, but Hodgson aware and finds that one. Now Slack. So the Wildcats not looking the way they did yesterday. Marchant, nice little move, but luckily comes away. So now Myers can't apply the pressure. Marchant for ASU, he'll dump that one into the zone and get a line change for the Sundevils.
Yeah, and Marchant has had a great weekend. He's had a lot of puck possessions, a lot of shots on Sepinen.
ASU not afraid to take a lot of shots from the point, and Marchant's one of those main guys. So now Myers trying to feed it across, doesn't connect with Shetland. 2-on-1 over. A little bit too much passing, as luckily for the U of A, ASU not able to communicate well enough to finish that play off, but a bit of an errant turnover there from Sam Myers. So now Hughes will wand that one into the zone. Ham behind the net. Walker gets there first, rings it back around. Hughes, he goes back to the point. Now a quick shot. That one hits a body but falls down into the skates.
That was a great shot there by Cosden. He really got that off right away when he got the puck.
So it's going to be Cosden who's out there with Chioka, which means Busby is probably going to have to sit for a little bit longer. So Cosden, the 7th defenseman, he's going to get added responsibility. Now Hughes in a battle in the corner. That one comes out. Franklin trying to retrieve. White's down there as well. No one can quite find the puck. But now ASU finds the outlet for Quast. Walker looking to find some space. Dodges a hit there, but loses the puck. So ASU will turn it around and try to get back into the zone right away. And they do. Chance out in front. Sepinen with a huge save. Puck still loose. No whistle is gone. ASU is able to get possession back again. Now from the point, a quick shot, and they score. So ASU with 7 minutes of possession, essentially. Wildcats not able to get a pushback, and a quick shot from the point from Kruk finds its way past Sepinen. So ASU scoring the opening goals both nights, and even though the one yesterday went against the flow of play, it's been all ASU so far here tonight. Wildcats have not been able to set up.
Yeah, and the Wildcats need to reset there. Once the whistle wasn't blown, you have to go back to your position and not clump up.
And the Wildcats just couldn't get possession. Too many bodies out in front. Sepinen can't find it. And ASU with an early lead here in the first. Time for the Wildcats to respond. So that one's tipped at the red line, goes all the way in on Ham. And face-offs, which were so important for the Wildcats yesterday, offensive zone ones when you're playing from behind are going to go even farther. So we'll see who Chad Berman decides to send out for the first face-off, or for this face-off. It's going to be Ari Rossi out there with Will Josephson and Connor Ziegler. Shively and Fisher on the back end. So Will Josephson, he'll dig in, not able to win it cleanly, and Marchant comes away with it for ASU. And for ASU, they got to be on cloud 9 right at the moment, as it's been a drastically different story through the first period than we saw yesterday. So now ASU break out there. Olsen, he gets it in deep. Sepinen, he comes out to play it. Goes right to the ASU forechecker. Now a battle along the boards. U of A not able to get possession. ASU doing a good job winning puck battles. Now a chance here for Josephson to find some space. Gets it over to Fisher. Quick little touch, but Rossi, he can't get enough on it to get out of the zone. That hits Josephson up high. So Fisher scrambling in his zone as ASU applies the forecheck. Rossi really needs to get that one out. Olsen steps up and a quick shot there. I don't think Sepinen ever saw that one, as ASU looks like they're on the power play right now, and the Wildcats need to change the momentum of this game. 12-12 left to go in the first. It's been quick so far, but it has been all ASU. Wildcats only registering 3 shots on goal so far. ASU didn't even get close to outshooting U of A at any point yesterday, but in this first period, they've put up 4 and scored the opening goal. So it's up to the leadership group of the Wildcats to get things reset, reestablish some momentum here. Hopefully we'll see that. You know, Tristan Swiger and Jesse Lowell provided it yesterday. We'll see who can do it tonight. And now Lowell, he tries to feed Swiger, but Olsen gets to it first. Swiger, he gets in hard on the forecheck. Selman goes for a tumble behind the net. I think his skate got caught up on the back of the net. So the Wildcats not able to get any zone time out of that rush. Now Lowell touches it all the way down.
Yeah, and the ASU is really playing a dump and chase game, and it looks like it's working for them, really applying the heavy pressure onto the defense for the Wildcats.
Yeah, the forecheck for the Sundevils has been much better than the Wildcats, as they've been able to get that F1 in there quicker before the defenseman can really find an outlet. And Cosden here, Robinson's going to be shadowing him, looking for a turnover, but Cosden does a good job to get out of the zone. That's all the Wildcats could really hope for there, was to get it out. Now Chioka. And we'll see how Busby being out of the game affects the way Chioka plays, as he loses his D partner. So Myers slack, he carries it over the line, but it's offsides. So that face-off will come outside the ASU zone.
11:04 left here in the first period, and it looks like ASU is really taking over this period.
They have certainly been the better team so far. Wildcats need to match this intensity. It was great to get the win last night, of course, but ASU on home ice, you need to, if you're going to lose a contest, you better be in that contest the whole way. So the Wildcats still with a lot of time, but just not looking quite as composed and confident as they did yesterday, where everything just seemed to go the Wildcats' way. Cosden, he takes a big hit behind the net. Walker able to get it. Erickson not able to stay on sides, though. So what could have been another zone entry there, just the timing's a little bit off. Offensive zone pressure. I'm sure Ham is a bit relieved. He's having a much quieter start to the evening.
Yeah, he's seeing a lot more defensive support from the Sundevils.
Yeah, they're doing a much better job staying with their men, and the Wildcats are not able to win those faceoffs like we saw yesterday. But Fisher, he'll look to find Walker. He puts it to the middle for Hughes. Now Hughes crosses with Erickson. Tries to feed it middle, but there's 4 Sundevils clogging everything up there. Erickson on the forecheck. Walker can't knock it down, and it's going to be Gross coming back the other way. 3-on-2 for ASU. Gross, he looks to go middle. Sepinen in and out of the glove, so Erickson will try to turn it back up the ice. Erickson, he takes a huge hit there, so ASU applying the physical pressure as well.
Yeah, and Kruk and Gross are doing a great job of clogging up the middle for the Wildcats, making it hard for them for zone entries, and they're also just laying bodies all over the ice.
So the opening goal scored by ASU, the opening hits thrown by ASU. This Wildcats group is going to have a big response on home ice. It's one thing to get pushed around a bit when you're up at the Mullet Arena, but on home ice, that cannot be acceptable from this group. So now Marchant over to Olsen. He almost springs Newland, but they're not able to connect, and that'll be icing. So Newland was looking to get away from Josephson in behind. That'll come all the way back down to the ASU zone, and Chad Berman will go back with his top line.
Yeah, and again, ASU is doing a great job of spreading the ice, opening up lanes in the neutral zone, getting a lot of passes off that are clean.
I mean, they're just simply not allowing the U of A to have any offensive zone time. We don't have the statistics on minutes in the zone, but the Wildcats, aside from a couple shots, and the face-offs have been a problem here for the Wildcats so far this evening, as ASU wins it and they're just out of the zone right away. Newland trying to go 3-on-1, can't get through the stick, so Jesse Lowell pulls it out but turns it over, and a quick shot there by King. So Jesse Lowell with a rare mistake there. So a couple of players go down along the boards, a missed pass there, and almost another turnover. So turnovers a problem for the Wildcats so far. Just a lot of issues in terms of the way the Wildcats have started this first period.
And it looks like the bounce passes off the boards aren't going the Wildcats' way right now. That's how they do a lot of their breakouts.
So they're going to have to make, obviously ASU has made adjustments. It's going to be up to the U of A to do the same. Now Lowell, he'll dump it in, but the Wildcats have to change out behind him. So now Myers tries to get the forecheck going. Slack also in there, but Olsen pulls it out of the pile and gets it in deep. So now Chioka gets it up to Slack. Now Eddie Slack in, tries to get the shot away, just too much stick work there, so some good defensive play from ASU. Make sure Slack isn't able to get the shot off. And right there, another puck battle lost along the boards, and ASU is right out of the zone. Chioka could not corral that one, but luckily gets it at least as far as the red line. So now Shetland, he'll throw that one into the empty corner, but again, Wildcats changing out behind him, so no chance for a forecheck. Cooch looking for a tip out in front. That one's a headhunter for the referee, but misses him luckily.
And it looks like that sauce pass was just a little too high.
So now Erickson able to at least win the battle to get it out. That will not go for icing, so a good effort from Erickson. But at this point, we're praising the survival instincts of the Wildcats more than their predatory instincts offensively. Hughes trying to get in quickly on Kruk. He's able to find the outlet man as ASU just rings it around and finds the space. So now Fisher, he tries to lob one up. Erickson can't get it down the boards as Kruk sealed that off. Hughes now with a little time and space, but Tillman does a good job to strip the puck away from him. So now Fisher, Hughes, he knocks that one down in low. Wildcats not able to get possession once again, so Garrett just absolutely a different game than what we saw yesterday from the Wildcats.
It's definitely a different game here. The ASU is just laying bodies all over the ice like you just saw there on Ziegler.
ASU looking much more confident. They don't look like a team that lost 6-2 last night as Marchant, he turns on the skates, gets over the blue line, stops up, finds Tillman in the middle, plenty time and space, Tillman scores. So Marchant does it all himself with the zone entry.
And the Wildcats just overcommitted there on the strong side and left that weak side defenseman wide open for that shot on Sepinen.
So Connor Tillman, the leading point getter for ASU, left all alone. And that's just a zone entry from Marchant all on his own. The Wildcats haven't even had one of those. So Marchant comes in, stops up, finds Tillman, and they bury it. So
and with 6:53 left here in the first period, the Wildcats are definitely going to be looking to turn this around before the end of this.
And neither of those goals have gone against the flow of play. ASU has been the better team, and U of A has not been able to respond. So Jesse Lowell, you got to think the captains. So Kylie Ram, now he finds Robinson. He tries to go back to Tillman. Robinson calling for the puck out in the slot. They almost get it to him, but broken up. So now Jesse Lowell trying to get it down the boards. Touch pass. Selman gets his own entry. Now Selman tries to find Lowell backdoor, but the puck's in his skates. And ASU back the other way. Robinson hustling into the corner against Cosden. Cosden just tries to tie him up. It's a 4 or 5 man battle now below the net. Chioka trying to escape the zone. Now he'll create a little bit of time and space. Nicholas Chioka, little chip dump, tries to get to that puck first against Kruk. Chioka gets in there. Shetland in support, but ASU able to find the outlet valve, and that is not going to go down for icing. So now Cosden gets it past the ASU forechecker and Butler, and Shetland will try to gain some speed through the neutral zone. Good job by Slack to corral the puck. Slack touches it back down low to it's Myers working along the boards there. Slack, he's triple teamed, and that's going to be a penalty there against ASU. So the Wildcats going to get a huge power play opportunity here, as they have not performed well enough to beat this ASU team so far.
That's going to be a 2-minute power play for the Wildcats because of a holding call.
So it's a good effort by Slack to keep that puck, get it down into the zone, force ASU to take a penalty, and a critical power play in this game as the Wildcats trail by 2 in the first period. Goals coming from Kruk and Tillman.
And it looks like that penalty was called on Ty Marchand.
So Shetland in to take the face-off. Wildcats, I don't think they've won a single face-off so far here tonight. Lowell and Swiger look to go to work below the net. Shetland hustles to get there first, but ASU able to find the outlet, something they were not able to last night. So kudos to ASU, just finding those open areas to get pucks out of the zone quickly. Shetland has to shield that one from the short-handed forecheck. Chioka ladles it over to Shetland. Shetland with some speed down the boards. Tries to go back to Lowell into the middle of the zone. Chance now for Myers. He'll try to set it up, circles along the near boards. Back to the point, quick shot from Chioka. But that's right into a pair of shin pads, and it's straight out of the zone.
And the Wildcats are desperately trying to get this power play set up for them. They had a hard time all season.
So the power play, you at least need to generate some shots and momentum on this. Hopefully a goal. Hughes now with maybe a wraparound chance, but opted to hold on to it. Now he gets it over to Selman. Now Walker. He tries to get a shot, but good job by ASU to get in the lane.
And it looks like the Wildcats just cannot connect the puck with Ham. Just getting shots off, but they're just hitting pads, hitting ASU.
Yeah, they're not getting enough done to make the ASU defender get out of position to open up that shot lane, and Ham has had a very quiet first period as Hughes will try to get in and win this face-off. And you gotta think the Wildcats may be gripping their sticks a little bit tighter here. You're down by 2 on home ice against your rival. This is no way anyone wanted this game to start tonight, but still a lot of time left to fix the errors. So with 43 seconds left to go on the power play, Walker, he'll wind it up, gets it over to the blue line. Nice pass there. Selman, he has to stop up, look for the next man to pass to. Selman waits, quick shot there. That one might have got deflected. Takes a crazy bounce off the boards, but the Wildcats not able to get possession back. Hughes turned it over to an ASU stick.
And that was great recognition by Brody Selman, stopping up on that play, realizing that his players were still not inside the zone.
So Walker will just dump it in, try to get there first, and no one's able to. So a power play that really did not generate much pressure, as everything for the Wildcats just feels off at the moment compared to yesterday. And it's hard to tell if it's a matter of adjustments ASU has made or just mistakes U of A has been making, but now a chance here for a breakout. Numbers over the blue line. Fisher, he looks to go middle. Quick shot there with Josephson screening out in front, and Ham just got a piece of that one. Slack can't find it, but Tillman does. Now back to Josephson. Will Josephson looks for a shot. He can't get that one off as White blocked that. So the Wildcats getting chances. Good pinch there by John Shively. Can the Wildcats set back up in the zone? Shively behind the net. Erickson comes in support. He steals that puck out in front. Shively with a quick shot. Ham with a good save. Puck still loose in the slot. So the Wildcats with a bit of life finally in this first period, as Will Josephson has gone to work trying to get the Wildcats back into this game. Puck's loose, but it comes out to Tillman. That's going to be ruled a hand pass here, so we'll stay in the ASU zone, but Wildcats finally showing a bit of life here, get the defibrillator out.
And the Wildcats are doing a lot of quick shifts, which is good to see, keeping fresh legs on the ice, keeping the intensity 100.
Yeah, quick shifts are going to be key. Definitely losing Busby early in the game has been detrimental to the Wildcats, and maybe that's part of the bit of a disarray the team is in. You're trying to shuffle defensive pairs. You got Hodgson out there with Overland now, Selman with Swiger and Lowell. So with 2:36 left, hopefully the Wildcats can give this great turnout here tonight something to cheer for, as it's been all ASU so far. So Selman in to take the face-off. Lowell gets in support. Now Selman in the corner, but Olsen able to turn away from him. Lowell able to steal the puck, though. Now trying to go back to the point. They get to Hodgson with a quick shot. Just went wide on the glove side of Ham. Didn't see what happened there behind the play, but it's going to be a penalty coming up against the U of A. Did you see it, Garrett?
I did not see that play there.
So it's going to be a cross-check going against the U of A. So what could be a brutal penalty to take, and we'll see who it is. I think it's going to be Jesse Lowell heading to the box. So an undisciplined penalty here in the final 2 minutes from Jesse Lowell. Didn't see where the cross-check took place. Must have been well behind the play. And usually Jesse Lowell, the pinnacle of great hockey, just maybe thought he was going to get away with that one a little bit. The refs say no, so ASU with a chance to really put a dagger into the Wildcats in the first period and make the rest of this night much more stressful for everyone in this building. So now back to the point, Olsen. He feeds it across. They work it along the far boards, back to Olsen, fakes the shot. Josephson pressuring him. Gross, he works it down low. Goes back to Gross, just not able to handle the pass, but ASU keeps possession, not in the zone, as it comes over the blue line.
And the Wildcats are doing a great job of shutting down the lanes on the points. Even though they have the possession of the puck, they don't have a shooting lane.
Still a lot of time left to go on this power play, though, for ASU, so the Wildcats need to keep that defensive structure in place. There's a 3-0 deficit after one, could be just an absolute dagger, as I said. So Wildcats getting in lanes, letting Sepinen see the puck. ASU not putting anyone down low quite yet, as they work it back to the point again. Olsen, couple passes there. Josephson's able to read it, but ASU keeps possession. Now looking for a tip out in front, and that one just got through everyone. So Olsen, he holds it in. 52 seconds left to go with 1 minute left in the period. So if the Wildcats can kill this, they'll start the second 5-on-5, but Will Josephson is absolutely gassed. Olsen with a blast. Sepinen fighting to try to get through it. Quick whistle there for Sepinen. And now Fisher will get into it with his man.
And it looks like Sepinen did have that in his glove, but it looked like it got knocked out because the whistle was not blown there.
So a good job by Sepinen to fight through traffic and find that puck as ASU continues to pile on the pressure. Shots are going to look something close to 12-4 in favor of ASU, almost tripling the Wildcats' opportunities. So head coach Chad Berman is going to have some work to do in this locker room going into the second period, as things need to change here at the Tucson Arena night and day. And we kind of saw the opposite against UNLV, but we'll worry about that later. Marchand, he plays catch at the point. Tillman looking for an open lane. Marchand goes down low. Shively comes out to pressure. 35 seconds left to go. A lot of time and space for Marchand with a quick no-look shot, and Sepinen had to fight that off. So Erickson out there on the kill with Dylan Walker. Now Marchand with a shot, able to get it in on Sepinen, but a good glove save there.
And Marchand does a great job of recognizing where his stick is instead of where his eyes are on the play to see the knee pads that are in the way.
So Marchand with 8 seconds left. ASU, I think, is just going to be content to run out this period, as everything has gone to plan for the Sun Devils in the first 20 minutes. and nothing has gone to plan for the Wildcats. Outshot, out-hit, and outplayed. Not the start you wanted to see from this Wildcat group. But a lot of hockey left to play here, not to be the ultimate pessimist. 40 minutes to fix everything. Sebastian Janik with Garrett Kane. We'll be back to bring you the second period in just a little bit. This is Wildcat Hockey. Here with Ari Rossi, big weekend coming up to finish the semester. How do you feel like you've been able to develop your game throughout the course of the first couple months of the season?
I feel like it's been a good change. It took me a couple weeks to get comfortable, and I'm starting to find my stride here.
U of A versus ASU, unique rivalry, heated games. What have the games been like so far this season in comparison to, your previous experiences in hockey?
Even before I got here, I mean, everyone knows how big the U of A ASU rivalry is, so it's always been something to look forward to, and the place is going to be pretty full, and it's going to be an exciting game.
Seems a little bit away now from that home opener against ASU, but seeing that crowd that was here for that game, how excited do you get as a player knowing that you're going to have so much of the community coming out to support you for the weekend?
I mean, it's everything. I was probably one of the biggest crowds I've played in front of and loudest, and it's a lot of fun and makes it easy to get up for.
Has there been any guy that you've played with so far this season that you've really felt, some solid chemistry with, and they've been able to complement your game and you complement theirs?
I've been playing with Will Josephson a lot recently, and I think we've been working really well together, and I'm excited to keep it going.
So here with former captain and face of the U of A franchise, Anthony Cusinelli. Anthony, you had a lot of success here winning the Cactus Cup throughout your career. What does it mean? What did it mean to you to win those series, and what do you think it means to those guys that you played with who are still on this team in that room this weekend?
Yeah, it's special. These games always mean a bit more. We don't like them, they don't like us. It's a good rivalry. It's always nice having all the fans come out and support these guys, so I'm glad I could be back for it. And I mean, I went 4 for 4, luckily. We did the job, so it's good being back, and hopefully these guys can make a run here.
Can you kind of just explain a little bit of how, the intensity level of these games, especially on home ice, Cactus Cup on the line this weekend, versus, how that compares to other moments in your career when you were playing hockey?
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate enough to play hockey for 20 years, and nothing compares to these games. I remember freshman year walking out to 4,000 or 5,000 fans cheering for us, and it's nice having the city making sure they have our back, and it's such a good experience that not many guys get to witness, so it's definitely special playing in these games.
A number of guys who did get to experience that back for alumni weekend this weekend. What do you think it means to you as a player to see how cohesive the group of alumni have been, and just how many of the guys who have been a part of this program want to continue to be a part of it going forward?
Yeah, it's awesome. I remember this was my favorite weekend when I was a player, seeing all the alumni come back, the guys I got to play with, and it's special being on the different side of it now, getting to see my old friends I played with kind of coming together for a weekend, and watching the boys play is special, so I'm happy to be back. Glad to see all my friends, and hopefully we get some wins, and it's a fun weekend.
So welcome back, Wildcat fans, as we get set for the second period. Before we drop the puck, we've got a quick interview with Ryan Fisher. So after we hear from Fisher, we'll be right back to the live broadcast. As soon as we get the video queued up and ready to go.
Okay. So I know kind of a rough first period here, but how does it feel coming off of last night's win?
Yeah, it definitely felt great getting that first win. You know, we've been on a lot of losses lately, so right now, getting a really good win right now is definitely something we needed for momentum. But right now, we came out a little flat, so we got to get our energy going, do the little things right, and start winning this hockey game.
Awesome. And so what does Pink the Rink mean to you for this game tonight?
I'm definitely playing for something way higher than me. I mean, yeah, it means a lot for all the families that are going through this process, and for them to have awareness for that, it's definitely a huge part to be around for sure. So
Awesome. Thank you.
So it's really hard to pinpoint anything specific there that the Wildcats did wrong, as it kind of felt like the Wildcats just couldn't get anything to go right. ASU scores 2 in the opening period, really has sucked the life out of this building, but if the Wildcats are able to get the next one, they'll have the crowd behind them for the rest of this game. 40 minutes to fix things.
And ASU was just really controlling all the puck possession in the first period.
I mean, to me, ASU looks tonight the way U of A did yesterday, and now it's going to be 3-on-2 over the line for ASU. They go middle, and a quick shot there just goes wide on Sepinen. So even off the first shift of the period, it's ASU generating the quality scoring chance that they really did not have any of last night. So either they've made adjustments or the Wildcats are making mistakes. It's hard to really know. From my perspective, it's just night and day in terms of these two teams. And now Tillman, he finds the trailing man, Kruk. He goes back to the point. Quick shot there, goes high over the net. Doesn't pop out to Robinson. Sepinen couldn't find that one, but Shively puts it up against the pad. So it's Shively out there with Chioka.
Yeah, and that was definitely a dangerous bounce off of the boards behind Sepinen.
So Luke Busby, after he took a hard hit in the opening minutes of the first period, he has not returned, so hopefully Busby can have a quick recovery over winter break, but that means defensive pairs have switched and the Wildcats just cannot win a face-off. Now Marchand, shot, that gets knocked down with a bunch of bodies out in front.
A great job there by Ryan Fisher, getting his body in front of that puck, saving Sepinen a potential goal.
So it is an icing there as it'll come down. So Fisher is going to be out there with Cosden. So Shively and Fisher are going to get broken up. They've been a great tandem so far, but Chad Berman's got to find a way to get something going out of this group. And hopefully can start with a face-off, and Tyler Shetland able to win that one. Now the Wildcats have to get a good breakout out of this. Shetland, he gets it middle to Myers. Myers can't fight through the check though as the U of A chants start up. Wildcats turn it over at the blue line, but ASU comes right back with it. Now a 2-on-1 and not able to control that puck, so no shot on the play, but another odd man rush for ASU in a period where the Wildcats really needed to come out looking like a different group this period. It's looking like a lot of the same so far. Now a chance for Butler. He's got some time and space, but enough sticks get in the lane. So a little bit of playfulness there from ASU, as I'm sure they're having a great time this evening.
Yeah, and Sundevils are really taking over the center of the ice in the Wildcats zone, getting a lot of shots off on Sepinen.
Just possession-wise, the Wildcats have barely even entered the ASU zone in the first minute and a half, if they even have it all. So face-off in the U of A zone once again. ASU has been able to control a lot of possession from these, but Hughes does a good job to win that back. Overland, he tries to spring Walker. Now Walker feeds it over to Erickson. Nice job to knock that puck down, but can't get enough space to get the shot away. Now Walker. Hodgson calling for it at the point. Walker tries to go down low to Erickson. Walker gets it back. Can he get it back to the point? Walker gets caved in along the boards there. No call on the play. Sepinen is heading off, so no arms were up, but Sepinen knew, so Walker gets crumpled along the boards, and I'm guessing that's going to be a cross-check there against ASU, which opens the door for the Wildcats a little bit as Friesen just puts too much into the back of Walker.
And you definitely have to be careful. You might draw a penalty if you see the player's numbers. That's really dangerous.
Yeah, hits on the numbers near the boards. Even if they aren't bad, they look bad. So the Wildcats with a huge power play opportunity here, something that has been a struggle all season long, but a chance here in the final game of the semester to try to remedy some of those issues. Wildcats get possession off the faceoff. Now Chioka, he gets a quick shot away. That one is off Ham and a big rebound, but Sundevils come away with it. Chioka, I don't even think he knew he stripped the puck, but a good job by Chioka to break that up. But the Sundevils holding it in the U of A zone. Shetland gets in there in support, and it's one Sundevil doing all of it. And after 3 Wildcats come in, it's the lone Sundevil that gets possession. And the ASU tries to spring the forechecker. Sepinen, not great communication there with his D pair.
Yeah, and Ben Chase just taking over the Wildcats power play here, just killing time on the clock.
So now the Wildcats look to get a zone entry. Marchant, though, breaks it up in the blue line, and it's going to come right back out of the zone. So this is going to be the first half of the power play killed here, and it's been a whole lot of nothing for the Wildcats so far. So they're going to say Sepinen held on to that one long enough. Just a tough outing so far. Not really much to compliment on the side of the Wildcats as ASU, even on this penalty kill, it's one Sundevil in the zone against 3 Wildcats, and he just outworks all 3 of them.
Yeah, he just kept the puck in his feet, not allowing any of the Wildcats to get that or retrieve that puck to break it back out.
So now Hughes in to take the face-off. Wildcats not able to get possession as Overland couldn't get there first. Selman knocks it down, and he'll now get a chance to wind things up with Overland. Wildcats over the blue line with some numbers. Stop up by Hughes. Can he get the pass away to an open man? Not able to connect cleanly, but at least possession. That's all you can really hope for at this point. And now Walker, he drops it to Overland. Overland over to Selman. Now Selman back to Overland. Overland to Walker. Walker has really nowhere to go with it, though, as he's shadowed by Quast. So Hughes back to the point. Overland over to Selman. Quick shot with a screen out in front from Rossi, and Ham fights that one off. So now with 17 seconds left to go on the power play, it comes out of the zone, and Selman can't recover. So now a chance for ASU. They shoot and do not score, luckily, as Sepinen gets a blocker on that. Back to 5-on-5, so another power play opportunity by the wayside for the Wildcats. That one's dumped in at the red line, but didn't quite make it, so it'll be icing yet again. 15:53 left to go in the second period. ASU scoring twice in the first to take command of this game, and shot total wise, hit total wise, Wildcats only have 4 shots on goal currently. Five shots on goal, but still not enough.
And the ASU really took that over, that power play.
So now Kruk with a quick shot. That gets deflected a couple times. Play is blown dead here. Yeah, U of A just, they get the one chance from Brody Selman, but the first half of the penalty was killed off in the U of A zone.
And it looks like the Wildcats are just being a little too selective with their shooting options on their power plays, really limiting the amount of shots that they get on net.
Especially 5-on-5 wise, usually I'm critical they overpass, but they just haven't had the opportunity to shoot the puck, really. That's been more of the issue. It's just no zone time, no face-off wins. Now it's shot here from the point. That goes over everybody. ASU working it around the far boards. They try to go center. Good read there to block that one off. I think it was Erickson. So Shively, good little turn away from his man. Chioka tries to knock it through, but ASU breaks that up. And whether it's a matter of U of A is just not able to make those really confident plays that created a lot of space and offensive chances yesterday, or ASU is just really adapted to the U of A system. So Erickson, he can't corral that puck. No icing, though. So behind the net is Palmer. He rings it over to Tillman. A restless crowd here at the Tucson Arena waiting for something to cheer about. So Lowell seals off his man. Too hard of a pass there to handle for Josephson. And ASU will be able to bring that out of the zone.
And ASU just sticks on the ice everywhere in their defensive zone, really not letting the Wildcats pass it through the slot.
There's just no time and space, and the Wildcats are going to have to forcibly create it here at some point because ASU is not going to give it to them. So here, Wildcats try to find the outlet man, but ASU gets possession back. Butler gets it over the blue line, but it'll be offsides. So a long way to go in this second period, 14:22 remaining. Wildcats with a lot of work to do.
And it looks like ASU is really taking over the ice here on home ice.
Just a drastically different game than we saw yesterday, but hopefully the Wildcats can find a little bit of what they had yesterday, can start with a face-off win, but just right there, that pass to Jesse Lowell doesn't quite connect. ASU active stick at the blue line, and U of A loses possession. Felt like yesterday, you know, that's the type of pass Jesse Lowell can cleanly skate onto. And Jesse Lowell throws a huge hit, and that's going to be a penalty again against Jesse Lowell. So they're going to call him for that. The only thing I can really think of is charging. So we'll see what the Wildcats, or what the refs decide to call Jesse Lowell for here. I thought it was just a good, clean hit.
Yeah, and it looks like that was a roughing penalty, so he's going to be in the box for 2 minutes here.
So Jesse Lowell to the box for a roughing penalty on no explanation, folks.
Yeah, he definitely hit him within the time period that's allowed.
I mean, it'd be one thing to call a late hit, elbow, boarding, something, but just to call roughing on a hit is interesting, but obviously the refs want to keep a lid on this game. So the Wildcats now back onto the penalty kill. ASU able to win the face-off. They get it over to Tillman. Tillman back to Marchant. Robinson to Marchant. Back to Robinson. Robinson, he lets the shot go, and Sepinen got a blocker on that. That one hit the netting, and the refs didn't realize till all the players told them. So the puck, another face-off in the U of A zone. Will Josephson tasked with winning a critical face-off.
And ASU just really taking over the face-offs here tonight.
Wildcats trying to smack that one out of the zone, but it's sealed in. Now Tillman over to Marchant. Marchant draws his man. Now Robinson trying to create a lane. Gets away from Fisher. Marchant back over to Robinson. Robinson to Tillman. Tillman just couldn't quite get the shot away. Now they go back to the point once again. Marchant down low to the corner. Kylie Ram couldn't handle that one, but Tillman picks it up. Now Marchant, quick shot there. Chance out in front with the rebound, but they get it out of the slot. So now Marchant, touch pass down low to Palmer. Cosden fights him off the puck, but Marchant able to keep that in with the skate for a second. Comes out of the zone. First half of the penalty is over to Jesse Lowell. No one quite read where that one was, and now Ryan Fisher, 2-on-2. Fisher tries to feed Ziegler. He's not going to be able to get anything away as he was tied up.
Yeah, and that was a little debatable for a no call.
So Connor Ziegler gets ridden down to the ice into Ham. Ref's hands stay down. So the Wildcats at least do a good job getting an offensive zone face-off to hopefully kill a little bit more time. So with 49 seconds left to go in the penalty kill for the Wildcats. Walker in, almost able to, and he does fight his way to win that face-off. That'll kill a little bit more time off of this penalty. And they need Jesse Lowell out of the box. They need everything out of him tonight if the Wildcats are going to get back into this game. Now Olsen can't cleanly feed it over the blue line as that was offsides. The whistle certainly went a little bit late though, so the hit was thrown before the whistle. ASU takes exception to that. So the refs are pointing at multiple guys. I think they're just going to take both of them.
And it looks like the refs are really trying to control this game, hone in a lot of the hitting here tonight so it doesn't get out of control.
So we'll see how the penalties shake out here. It's going to be at least Gross going to the box for ASU. Second ASU player goes in to join him, and I think it's just going to be Erickson going for the U of A. So out of that, the Wildcats will get a man advantage.
So they just might call a coincidental here and then a penalty on ASU, but we'll see how it lines up.
I'm guessing the second ASU player that came in after they were tied up will get the extra penalty, but they'll pull Erickson and his dueling ASU partner, and the refs certainly are going to keep a tight lid on this game, calling just about anything that they see fit. It's an incredibly poorly constructed sentence, but sometimes the refs let them go. Sometimes these ASU U of A games, there's a lot of chippiness that ends up not getting called. But this time early, you know, not even halfway through the second period, it's just grab both guys, send them to the box, and settle them down.
Yeah, we've had quite a bit of penalty minutes here in the second period.
So the Wildcats, we'll see how this shakes out in terms of the man advantage, but since we did see two ASU players head off to the box, Wildcats should get an opportunity with the extra skater. So we'll see where the face-off ends up being dropped. So as the refs discuss with the scorekeeper, the puck will come outside of the U of A zone, and I think we're going to actually go 4-on-4 here. We'll see. So it's penalties up on the board for Butler and Gross, and then, yeah, so Lowell's still in the box. Erickson goes for 2. So when Lowell's penalty finishes in 31 seconds, the Wildcats will have a minute and a half of power play time.
Yeah, this is really going to open up the ice. 4-on-4 is really fun to watch. You get to see players stretch the ice, and it's all about possession and man-on-man hockey.
So the face-off here, Dylan Walker tasked with winning another very important one. So this is a very long discussion from what seems like a straightforward scenario. Discussion with the timekeeper continues. So unfortunately for the Wildcats here, there has not been a lot to cheer about. These fans have not had a lot of good hockey to watch on the U of A side of things. 12:33 left in the period. So Walker in to take the face-off against Robinson.
And it looks like they did call the coincidental and then a penalty on ASU.
So we'll get the face-off here outside of the U of A zone. Walker against Robinson. Robinson able to touch it back and win it. So Butler and Gross both go. Now Tillman with a chance, and Sepinen has to fight that one off. Now Walker can't connect with Hughes, but Walker ends up picking up the loose puck. Walker into some open space. Hughes just doesn't know where to find anyone and passes it behind Overland. So that offsides will force ASU to tag up. 12:03 left to go. Hughes now.
Wildcats go on the power play here.
So Hughes gets around a couple of his men, tries to go out in front. Ham holds the post. So Hughes looking to get the quick opportunity on this power play. 1:10 to go. Wildcats only down by 2, which feels a little bit lucky considering the flow of play, and you can cut this to a 1-goal deficit. Now Walker with a beautiful move and gets a chance, but I think Ham read that the whole way, and Walker really had nowhere to go with the shot.
And it looks like that bounced off of Ham's shoulder. He was really positioned well on that post.
He was going to force Walker to make an extra move to get it past him. Now Lowell, he tries to get it down the boards, can't do it, and that one pops out of the zone. 40 seconds left to go on the power play for the Wildcats. Swiger, he drops it to Shetland. They'll wind up the speed. Shetland, nice pass in the middle to Lowell. Over to Swiger. Swiger tries to go back to Lowell, not able to connect with the diving block from Palmer. So now Lowell tries to feed it out front off the side of the net and out of the zone. And Tristan Swiger, after the game he had yesterday, would love to see him just shoot that puck, at least go for a rebound.
Tristan Swiger, you see him all over the ice. He's constantly on the puck and trying to make a play.
But that cross seam 2-on-1, that's obviously the dream play, and a defenseman's going to commit to that the whole time. And that's how Swiger scored his first goal of the game yesterday. It was a 2-on-1. Swiger knew the defender was going to go down to block the lane, but held onto the puck a bit extra and took it in on Ham and buried it. But this time he tries to feed Jesse Lowell on the back door, and just too easy of a block for the ASU defenseman in Palmer. Now Josephson, he tries to win a face-off, ties everyone up, but ASU fights through and wins another puck battle. So now Overland, he'll rim it all the way around. Josephson trying to get there first. He takes a pretty crazy spill into the boards. Luckily, he's doing just fine. And that'll do it for the Wildcat power play. So yet again, the power play not able to come through in critical moments for the Wildcats. As Rossi, he gets back-checked down by Gross. ASU gets possession once again. Slack, he's down low, fighting away there. Rossi doesn't get to the puck first, but allows the shot to get off from the point. ASU trying to pull it out of the skates. Josephson, though, gets a chance on Ham, but not much on it. So now Palmer works with his D partner behind the net. Wildcats change out. Good chance here created by Jesse Lowell. Now Lowell over to Swiger. And Ham read that one, but at least a great opportunity for the Wildcats, something we have not seen in what feels like a very long time.
Yeah, and that shot was positioned right into Ham's stomach there, so he definitely got the cover on that.
So Swiger does a good job reading where the open ice is, finds a soft space. Lowell finds him with the pass, but Ham, who had a pretty decent evening yesterday despite the amount of goals the Wildcats put up, but they also put up 50 shots. Wildcats are sub 10 at the moment, still in single digits, which, as I said, it's just, you see such a night and day difference between a Friday and a Saturday, and it just leaves you perplexed sometimes. So Jesse Lowell, he's down along the boards. I didn't see what happened there.
And it looks like there was a second hit that was put on Jesse Lowell after the initial hit.
And Jesse Lowell is not getting up. Someone needs to get over to him to help him along the ice. I have no idea what Robinson did there. It was behind the play, but Lowell is not moving. See if we can see it on the replay. Lowell was trying, okay, good to see Jesse Lowell getting back up. So Lowell gets bumped there, and then a late high hit on Jesse Lowell. The camera goes just out of frame before we can see it finished. But Jesse Lowell, not exactly a soft guy, and it was Robinson who came in late and hit him up high. We'll see what the refs decide to do here, because the ACHA is very, very strict about hits to the head, and it just depends what the refs saw, as we weren't able to see. All we know is that Jesse Lowell, after disengaging with his initial man.
Yeah, and I was looking at the play there, and the hit did seem pretty high. And I think that's why Jesse Lowell went down so hard. He's also not expecting it because his back was to Robinson on that.
So that's two Wildcat players here tonight we've seen sprawled out on the ice, holding their heads. Just not what you want to see. And I mean, obviously, as we spend time around these guys, we know them well, but especially for this Wildcat group that was just starting to finally get healthy, looking to the break to take a month off and come back in the second semester fully healed. Busby leaves the game early with a concussion. Jesse Lowell obviously rocked up high on that. Hopefully there's no lingering effects. And I think the refs will see what they decide to do in terms of whether it's going to be a 2, a 5, or a 10.
It looks like it's going to be 5 minutes.
So it is a 5-minute major on Robinson for a high hit to the head of Jesse Lowell.
This is going to be a long power play for the Wildcats. It's a great opportunity for them to put a goal on the scoreboard.
I'm just mainly relieved to see Jesse Lowell get up. Between him and Busby, the way that they were laying completely still, it's such a scary sight in hockey.
And the thing about a 5 minute, even if Wildcats score, they still do have to play out the rest of the penalty kill.
So the Wildcats, Luke Busby, he's done for the night. Hopefully Jesse Lowell So he is out there on the ice. Luckily, Jesse not having to go into protocol. So Shetland in to take the face-off on a 5-minute power play here. Shetland able to win it. So now Myers, Chioka holds. Chioka with a quick shot, Ham pad save and a chance out in front. Shetland just couldn't get it through Ham. Wildcats recover though. Swiger feeds it across. The saucer pass too much for Myers to handle, but good support there from Chioka to keep it in the zone. Now Shetland tries to go down to Lowell. He can't corral it. So now Swiger over to Lowell. Jesse Lowell goes back to the point. Now Chioka waits. Quick shot, but a good job to get a stick in the lane there.
And it looks like ASU is giving the Wildcats a lot more time and space down low behind the net. It looks like they're not chasing as much as they were.
So the Wildcats have to take advantage of this 5 minutes. I mean, you've had 2 players go down with high hits to the head. Obviously, in the ACHA, you're not going to respond by fighting. You're not going to respond by trying to hurt other guys, but you've got to respond on the scoreboard. And with a 5-minute penalty, you got to make sure Jesse Lowell gets rewarded for all the pain he's going to be in. Overland, he gets chased down by his man, so he has to frantically get it over to Walker, and they can't connect. So it was Cooch who put on all the pressure, and they're not able to separate Cooch from the puck, but now they finally do. Hughes, he gets it back to Overland. 4:02 left to go on the power play with the 5-minute major coming to Robinson. No ejection, though. So after Robinson hops out of the box, he'll have 5 minutes of rest and strong legs to hop out. So Ham, with just gloves that one, is willing to take the offensive zone face-off. Now the Wildcats at least up to double digits in shots, but they have not been a high enough frequency.
And the Sundevils are definitely going to get a change here. They don't want to be stuck out for the 3 minutes and 48 seconds that they have left in this penalty.
On the 5-minute penalty kill, it's going to be quick shifts for these guys. Shetland tries to tie up his man. Lowell gets in there, and Myers gets it over to Chioka. Now Chioka waits. Down low to Swiger, over to Chioka, quick shot, and they score! Nicholas Chioka, no hesitation, shot from the point with Lowell screening in front, and the Wildcats cut the deficit by 1.
And an absolute beautiful screen by Jesse Lowell. I don't think Ham had any opportunity to see that shot coming towards the net.
So they allow Lowell to post up down low, take away the eyes of Ham. Nicholas Chioka fakes the shot, and then the little half clap bomb beats Ham low, and the Wildcats cut the deficit by 1 with still a lot of time left on the power play.
Scored by number 7, Nicholas Chioka. Assist by number 24, Tristan Swiger. Number 18, Jesse Lowell. Time of the goal, 12:02 of the second period.
So now Nicholas Chioka, who's continued his great weekend. Wildcats need another one to get this even, and on that shift, Shetland took a huge hit too. So ASU willing to lay the body. Now Myers out in front, tries to go backdoor, and they score! It deflects off an ASU player, and Sam Myers ties the game at 2.
The Tucson Arena goes wild after those 2 goals have been scored.
So a brand new game here as the Wildcats strike within seconds. And even though Myers didn't quite find the pass he was looking for, too many bodies in the crease, and it ends up behind Ham. And that's a lot of hugs and relief on the U of A bench right now.
The Wildcats really have turned around this period just in the few minutes.
So now the Wildcats, who remain on the power play.
Scored by number 15, Sam Myers. Assisted by number 18, Jesse Lowell. Time of the goal, 12:30. Again, Wildcats goal scored by number 15, Sam Myers.
So now Hughes over the line. Good puck support by Selman. He gets it across to Walker. Walker circles at the point, looks for a lane to the net. Walker down low into the slot, chance out in front. Ham's got it covered, and the Wildcats get swarmed in the front. Ari Rossi gets taken down, and ASU's going to have to be careful they don't get another guy going to the box. So Robinson has 2:39 left to go on his penalty.
And the Wildcats are definitely taking advantage of this major penalty 5-minute power play.
Only thing though is that Robertson's sitting there watching this, and with the talent Robinson has, he's going to come flying out of the box looking to make up for his mistake. So the Wildcats, if they could get a third goal here on this power play, it would change the dynamic. Obviously the game's already been changed drastically dynamic-wise just from this 5-minute stretch. But now Hughes with a chance to win a face-off and set up with 2:39 left to go. Hughes tries to pull the puck out of everyone. Kruk holds it along the corner. Good strong body position by him, but the Wildcats get it loose. Now Overland goes down low. Selman trying to handle that puck. Selman looking for a lane. Quick shot. Ham with a good pad save there. Kick the pad out quick to get the rebound out of the slot. Walker circles back to the point, into the skate to Overland. Overland quickly to Selman. Selman with a quick shot. That one gets deflected wide. As the U of A faithful get this building rocking. As I said, they hadn't had much to cheer for a long time, but in quick succession, the Wildcats get themselves back into this game.
That was a great move there by Walker to keep possession of the puck. See if he can return this in the boards.
So he dumps it in, chases that. Olsen not able to get it out quickly enough. 3 Wildcats commit down low as they try to pull this puck out of the 5-man pile. ASU trying to kill time with it, pumped with it up against the boards. So that's going to be a call here. I'm not sure who it's going to be on, but there was a tussling match in the boards as the 5 men were trying to pull it out. And I think it's going to be Olsen going to the box for ASU.
So we're going to have...
Oh, they're going to pull Walker too. So it's going to be both guys going. Or Olsen's not going at all, so it's just going to be Walker going. And that will finish the power play for the Wildcats, as we're going to go 4-on-4 here for 1.5 minutes. So to look back at the replay, obviously they just thought Walker, Walker just head tackles him down to the ice. It's something you just can't do. So Walker with an undisciplined penalty of his own, and all the momentum that was going for the Wildcats now, that's been blocked up by that penalty, and a little bit of 4-on-4 time here, and Robinson will hop out of the box, and then ASU will go on an abbreviated power play. So the Wildcats able to get possession off the draw, 4-on-4. Butler in a battle there with Shively. ASU comes away with it. They go back to the point to Olsen. He switches out with Gross. Gross with a lot of time and space. Sepinen, I don't know if he ever saw that one, but gets enough on it to deflect it up into the netting. I think it was actually in his equipment, but he certainly didn't look like he knew it was there.
And the Sundevils did a great job of cycling that puck, opening up a lane to get a clean shot on Sepinen.
So the Wildcats do score 2 on the major penalty to Robinson. Then Walker takes a penalty of his own. 1:17 left to go in the 4-on-4. And then a short power play with 5:39 left to go in the period for ASU. So Shetland in to take the face-off against Gross. Shetland, that takes a funky bounce and heads into the corner. Slack gets there first. Shively over to Fisher. Finds Shetland. So now Shetland and Myers, they'll accelerate through the neutral zone. Or that's Slack out there actually with Shetland. Marchand able to come away with it. ASU could get numbers, but Slack with a great back check hustle there. Now Fisher gets it over to Shetland. Handcuffed him a little bit. 47 seconds left to go in the 4-on-4. That one just out of the reach of Gross. Sepinen comes out to play it. That's going to be an icing there as it'll come back into the, actually, yep, it's going to come to center ice. I think because it would have been icing, but Sepinen played. Actually, I have no idea what results in that being at center ice, because you think if Sepinen plays it, they wave off the icing completely.
I'm not quite sure on that play.
Either way, they'll take the dot. They'll take the face-off at the center dot. 43 seconds left to go in 4-on-4. Possession won by the U of A. Once again, the face-offs have improved as this game has gone on. Almost able to find Swiger with space in the middle, but the pass was just a bit too far ahead of him. So the Wildcats trying to stretch out the ASU defense. Chioka, he drops it to Swiger. Swiger, he can't get the shot through. So Palmer, he trips up Swiger, but no call on the play as the Wildcats look to cycle it around. I think they're might have say Swiger kind of went down on his own volition. So 8 seconds left to go before Robinson's going to come flying out of the box. Now Palmer, they're going to set up and get possession as they go on the power play now. Tillman with it, one of the goal scorers for ASU here tonight. Now Robinson, he goes down the boards against Hodgson, but turns it over to Erickson. And Erickson will just be happy to get that out of the zone on the penalty kill. ASU not able to touch it with men changing.
Yeah, and that was a little close there for too many men on the ice.
So only 8 seconds left to go on the power play. Robinson feeds it far boards, then goes to the slot, calls for the puck. Olsen, he goes down low. Sepinen way out to challenge the shot. So back to 5-on-5. That's a good block shot. Doesn't get through on Sepinen. Walker tries to get in there and throw a hit. Now Olsen for ASU working with Tillman. Tillman will go down low to Robinson. He can't one-touch the puck, but ASU does keep possession. Off the boards. Erickson trying to get there first, and he does. Erickson just can't stay on his skates, but Walker gets there. Now Dylan Walker looking for some bit of support. Doesn't get it. Goes down. Maintains possession of the puck. Jesse Lowell, he can't hold on to it. So Lowell, I thought he was going to be able to drag that one to the front of the net, but no going there. So ASU brings it over the red line. Erickson just could not quite get back onto his skates quickly enough to make that 2-on-1 develop. So Kylie Ram goes to throw a big hit, gets the worst of it. U of A dumps it in. Myers gets there first. Him and Slack, bit of Keystone Cops in the corner, but the Wildcats get possession at the point. Quick shot there from Shively. That rings around. Slack gets there and goes back to the point. Right back in on Ham, and he has to blocker that one to the corner.
This is definitely a significantly different game from the first period that the Wildcats are playing. They're getting a lot of shots on net, a lot of bodies flying everywhere, physicality.
The Wildcats have certainly increased the shot total, but ASU is just putting the shoulder into everyone they can. Would really like to see a little bit more of a pushback in that department from the Wildcats, as ASU is not exactly a big team. They're not built to be incredibly physical. They're just finding their hits. U of A, if they can get a bit of a spark from a couple big hits, but those 2 power play goals, such a critical junction in this game. Now Hughes, he fights it out to the front. He gets dragged down, and that's held by Ham. We'll see what the refs decide to do here as Hughes was dragged down. That will be a hook, so the Wildcats with 2:29 left in the second are going back onto the power play. Obviously, Garrett, you were a hockey player. It must be confusing when you get a penalty called on you, because a hockey player has never done anything wrong.
Yeah, I played defense, so I got a lot of penalties clearing in front of the net, like just what happened there, but you have to stay solid-minded, make sure that you don't get a call.
So now Myers over to Chioka. Myers back to Chioka. He looks for a lane, can't find it. Myers, they play past Chioka. Now gets it across. They work the umbrella up top as Myers circling outside the zone. Swiger down low to Shetland. Nowhere to go for a shot, though. Backdoor to Myers, and they score! Tyler Shetland with the feed of the game, and Sam Myers buries it backdoor. Wildcats lead 3-2 in the second.
And Sam Myers had the entire net open on that. Ham was completely on the other post on that play.
And that is just all Tyler Shetland. He waits for the lane to develop, delivers a crisp, beautiful pass right onto the stick of Myers. But Myers did a great job to circle out high outside the blue line, gets completely lost in coverage. Shetland knows he's going to go backdoor at some point.
Yeah, Sam Myers did a great job of sneaking behind the play, ensuring.
A power play goal scored by number 15, Sam Myers. Assisted by number 27, Tyler Shetland. Time of the goal, 17:54 of the second period. Again, Wildcats goal.
So after the Wildcats had little to be happy about, now there's a lot. Now Selman in, can't quite get the shot away. Good defensive play there. And now The extracurriculars are definitely going to ramp up as we move to the end of this second period. As ASU, who dominated the first period, really looks like they were going to run away with this game. But 3 power play goals for the Wildcats in the second period, a part of their game that has been a problem for a while, comes through and saves the bacon here tonight, as Jesse Lowell and Olsen have a long conversation towards the end of that shift. I kind of like to imagine these little narrative things in my head where it's kind of like elementary school kids being like, meet me in the parking lot. No, you meet me in the parking lot. And then no one ever goes to the parking lot ever. So now maybe a chance for Slack. He gets it out in front for Myers. He just couldn't quite settle it on the backhand. But Sam Myers almost with a hat trick goal there. But Eddie Slack with a beautiful move. Now maybe a chance for Slack again, but a good active stick from ASU.
And Sam Myers just all over the slot in the Sun Devils zone, getting a lot of opportunities this period.
So Overland, he goes down, steps on the stick of an ASU player with 1:14 left to go, but luckily the U of A can recover. That's not the out you need there with 4 guys committed down low. So now Marchant, he looks for a room, goes back down below the goal line. They try to feed it out in front to Butler. He just can't get much on the backhand. Now Slack gets it over to Myers. It's just a little bit too far ahead of him. Wildcats want to change here, but they got to do it quickly. That's not a good line change. Quick shot there. Not a lot on it, though, but puck is still loose behind the net. 43 seconds left to go. Walker reads the slot pass and takes it away. Hard off the boards and down, and Hughes gets in there first, forces Ham to play it.
Yeah, and this team is definitely looking significantly different here towards the end of the second period. Both teams are flying all over the ice, trying to hustle, get another point on the board.
So the Wildcats do take advantage of their 5-minute opportunity and then get the lead on yet another.